these two, they managed to take the darts out, so in other words hiding the evidence, the incriminating evidence. But the bull was lying on the darts and they couldn't turn him over, so the dart was still stuck in his neck. So somehow the poachers got hold of the darts and the dart gun and the drug called ethylene hydrochloride, which is a Schedule 6 or Schedule 7 drug, which is very, very difficult to get hold of. So somehow through obviously some crooked channels they were able to get hold of these drugs. And what was better than shooting is that the shooting, you know, the noise attracts attention, whereas the darting is a silent process. So it gives you lots of time to to carry out what you have to do without alerting the various people on the reserve. So that was the story. So that was in August 2013. So yeah, it's been a process. The bigger of the two cars, the one that was closer, we've immobilized it 26 times now to try and sort that hole out. But as you can see, it's largely covered now. There's a tiny little hole left about this size, which opens up from time to time, but it's really not worth doing anything more to treat it. But there were two massive holes that they had in their faces where they'd been hacked off. Because remember, if you look at the rhino's head, it's like this shaped like that. You think the horn sits flat on it, but it doesn't. It's actually like a little mound of bone which connects it with the paranasal sinuses, and the horn sits on top like a cone. So the poacher, all he sees from the outside, he just sees all of this as horn. He doesn't know that underneath, about the last 8 centimeters, is mainly bone. But he wants everything, so he just cuts right through. So he cuts through that knob of bone, and it leaves a big hole connecting with the paranasal sinuses about that size, you know, sort of a side plate size. So both of them had to have these, the front horn that size, back horn a bit smaller, probably about that size. Both of them had that. The smaller one, not as bad, you know, as the bigger one, but you can see both of them have got a little bit of horn growing out the front, because they cut it, although they cut into the sinuses, they cut a little bit obliquely, so they've left a bit of the growth plate or growth areas for the horn to grow. So it looks like, it doesn't look too serious now, but it was completely flush and into the sinuses initially. So yeah, so we've had them under anesthetic many times to treat the wound. And then